Is your business growth sustainable, or are you at risk of hitting a ceiling? Let's explore the essential tactics that can ensure that your business scales smoothly and successfully. Hi, I'm Michael Pacheco, fractional CMO for health and health adjacent technology companies. And today we are diving into the topic of scalable growth. As your business grows, scalability becomes essential. It's essential to sustain that growth without sacrificing quality or efficiency. And scalability is more than just a buzzword, although it is a buzzword. It's a fundamental aspect of long-term success, especially for small and mid-market companies. So let's break down what scalability really means and some of the tactics that you can implement to ensure that your business grows sustainably. Understanding scalability. Two points I want to mention here. Number one is the definition of scalability. Number two is the importance of that. So what is the definition of scalability? Scalability refers really to your business's ability to grow and handle increased demand without compromising performance or efficiency. Okay, for small and mid-market companies, understanding and achieving scalability is super duper important. That's the technical word for it, by the way, super duper important, because it allows you to expand your operations while maintaining the quality and value that made you successful in the first place. So why is that important? It's really the difference between a business that thrives as it grows and one that kind of almost collapses under its own weight, so to speak. Scalable businesses are simply better positioned to take advantage of their growth opportunities, outpace those competitors that are not positioned for scalability, and sustain that long-term success. So let's talk about some tactics. I got 5 tactics here I want to talk about for sustainable growth. Number 1 is going to be optimizing processes. So the foundation of scalability really is efficient processes. Start by identifying core processes that can be optimized to support growth. This might include automating repetitive tasks. This might include refining your supply chain management or improving operational workflows, that sort of thing. For example, automating your inventory management can free up a bunch of time and resources, which might allow you to scale without a proportional increase in overhead, as not only as your inventory increases to meet that increased demand, but as the influx and outflux, the flow of inventory, as the flow of inventory into and out of your warehouse, drop shipping, whatever it may be, as that increases too, if you can automate that process, you get more time. You're buying back your time, essentially. Number 2 is going to be leveraging technology. Technology is a key enabler of scalability. Adopting scalable solutions like cloud computing, CRM systems, data analytics tools can streamline operations and provide the flexibility that you need to grow. For instance, cloud-based systems allow you to scale your IT resources up or down as needed without significant upfront investment. Number 3 is building a flexible team. As your business scales, your team needs to be able to grow with it. What this means really is creating a flexible workforce that is able to adapt to those changing demands. Strategies might include cross-training employees to handle multiple roles, things like outsourcing non-critical tasks. Maybe you've got a marketing agency doing your marketing. Maybe you're outsourcing design, graphic design, web design, things like that. Outsourcing non-core tasks to your company. Anything that's not your hedgehog concept, outsource it. Or potentially hiring freelancers, hiring contractors, that sort of thing. A flexible team really ensures that you can scale your operations without overcommitting to permanent hires. You want to keep that as flexible as possible. Number 4 is going to be scalable marketing strategies. Your marketing efforts need to be scalable as well. So you want to focus on those strategies that can grow your business. Things like content marketing, things like SEO, things like performance-based advertising. These tactics allow you to reach a broader audience as your business grows, and without the corresponding increase in marketing costs. For example, a well-executed SEO strategy can continue to drive organic traffic to your site even as you expand into new markets. You're not necessarily going to lose old SEO just because you're working on new SEO. SEO is almost like a snowball effect. The more content and the more SEO stuff you have out there, the bigger and bigger that snowball gets. Does that make sense? Number 5 is going to be financial planning for growth. Scalable growth requires financial flexibility. Earlier, we talked about flexible team. It requires team flexibility. It also requires financial flexibility. This might involve things like looking at lines of credit, managing cash flow differently, reinvesting profits into growth initiatives. It depends on the company. It depends on what you're doing. It depends on how you're doing it. It depends on your cash flow. It depends on your AP, accounts payable, things like that, right? A whole bunch of different stuff. I'm not a CFO, so I'm not an expert at this. I've just seen it. But what I can tell you is that proper financial planning can definitely help you ensure that you've got those resources to scale without putting your business at risk. That's another thing that you want to keep an eye on as you're growing. Let's talk about overcoming some common challenges now. Number one I want to talk about is avoiding overexpansion. This is the idea of a company crushing itself under its own weight because it scales too fast, and that scaling is not sustainable. Again, back to that buzzword, sustainable. One of the really big risks I have seen and continue to see of scaling too quickly is this idea of overexpansion. Growing quickly without the necessary infrastructure in place can lead to everything from quality issues, customer dissatisfaction, financial strain, just bankruptcy. We can end up really badly, really poorly for the company. To avoid this, you really want to focus on sustainable growth strategies, scaling at a pace that allows you to maintain control over your operations and customer experience. Number two is going to be maintaining that company culture. Company culture is so underrated, severely underrated, and it's so important. Rapid growth can really challenge a company's culture. As you bring in new team members quickly, because you're growing, you need to meet that additional demand. You're bringing in new team members, you're expanding your operations. It's really important to keep your company values, your company mission front and center. And that doesn't mean putting up posters with cute kittens and company value on it around the office, or the virtual office, as it were. It's a lot more than that. That's a bigger topic than this video has time for, but maintaining company culture is certainly very important. You need to have regular communication of your mission and your values to everyone at the company. I recommend doing that on a Monday morning meeting, an all hands kind of thing, especially for smaller companies. If you've got 30 plus people in your company, you might not want to meet with everybody all at the same time every Monday. You might be a little bit beyond that. But for smaller companies, 20 people or less, let's say, meeting on a Monday, keep those values front and center, maybe on a Monday morning meeting. Make sure that all new hires are a cultural fit. Don't sacrifice your hiring because you need to hire people quickly. Make sure that they're a cultural fit within the company, and create opportunities wherever you can for team bonding. Strong company culture really can help not only keep morale up, but it helps keep the team aligned, everyone talking with each other. It helps break down silos because you get interdepartmental friendships and things like that, or certainly professional friendships, if not personal ones. And it keeps employees engaged with each other during periods of rapid growth. Let's look at some examples of scalable growth as well. Let's look at Slack for this. Slack scalable technology adoption. Slack scaled rapidly by leveraging cloud technology and a freemium model that allowed them to grow their user base without a corresponding increase in infrastructure costs. Their focus on scalable technology and user-driven growth really helped them become a leader in its online collaboration space, if you will. Shopify did something similar. Shopify has a rather flexible team structure. Shopify scaled by building a flexible team that could adapt to the company's growth as it was growing. They utilized a combination of in-house talent, outsourcing, strategic partnerships, things like that to handle the increased demand, and it allowed them to expand quickly as needed while maintaining that high level of service. In conclusion, scalable growth is really about more than just expanding your business. It's about expanding your business in a way that's sustainable, in a way that's manageable, by optimizing processes, by leveraging technology, by building a flexible team, by implementing scalable marketing strategies, and by planning your finances carefully. You can set your business up for long-term success. What I want you to do now is assess your current growth strategy. Are your processes optimized for scale? Is your team flexible enough to handle growth, especially rapid growth? Are your marketing strategies scalable? Considering, guys, the idea behind this is that it is supposed to bring to light opportunities for improvement, areas in your business, in your strategy, in your growth strategy, in your growth plan, where there might be different ways for you to implement some of the things that we've talked about today. If you're struggling with any of this, if you're struggling with ensuring that your growth is not only scalable, but also sustainable, I'm here to help. Reach out to me. Let's chat. I'll buy you 14 15 beers worth of my time at no cost to you. That's a half hour on Zoom. I have nothing to sell you. My only goal here is to provide you with actionable value that you can apply directly to your business. You can get at me on LinkedIn or by reaching out to me directly on my website. That's michaelpacheco.co. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and let me know what was valuable for you in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're listening to this as a podcast, please give us a review on whatever platform it is that you're listening on. All of these things help us reach more businesses and it helps us help more businesses. And that's really our big goal here. So in the meantime, I want to thank you for doing what you do. I want to thank you for all the contributions that you make in the world with your business. As ever, I'm Michael Pacheco. Until next time, cheers.